Okay, so a couple days ago, Clay and I finally finished Son of Godzilla. Because it took us like 3 sessions to watch this movie. As the first time we were watching it, actually more like, it really is kind of two. Because the first time we got maybe 20 minutes into the movie and a friend came over. We hadn't seen him in a while. We hadn't seen him since the tornado. So we just kind of wanted to hang out with him and talk to him. And then it was a day or two later, we were like right about to start the movie again, and then he and another friend came over. We're like, okay, I kind of like we love them. We're not like, fuck, we don't want to deal with them right now or anything. But it was just like, okay, I guess we're not watching the movie. And then finally, we were able to watch the movie again and get it done. So, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a good time. I think Son of Godzilla's, it's fun. It very much feels like a sitcom. Like, even the score, there was something about the music where I was like, this feels very sitcom-y, which is not what I expect from Godzilla, but okay. And then even Godzilla's interactions with Manila, like, there's a couple times where he's very clearly like, okay, son, this is how you be a good monster. Okay, Dad. Like, Manila's so derpy looking. It's like, is it cute? Is it ugly? It's kind of both. Or like the Godzilla teaching Manila how to use his atomic breath, and I kind of love the atomic smoke ring. I just find that funny. Like Manila hugging Godzilla's tail as he walks, like that's really cute. And then playing jump rope with Godzilla's tail, like that's kind of fun. I remember a friend of mine was like, I hate Manila because I don't love the more comedic elements in Godzilla movies. Like, you know, like I like the fight. Just like, I really like it when it takes itself more seriously. I haven't seen Hedorah yet, but he said that Hedorah is his favorite. Shin Godzilla is one of his favorites. The original and -1 are some of his favorites. And it's like, I definitely get that. He was also saying, I don't like Manila because it's just pure pandering to kids, and I don't think this is a series that needs that. I can see it. I feel like, yeah, Manila feels like it would be the favorite of the kids watching. But I feel like, especially after Three-Headed Monster, because after Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, was Godzilla is now the hero of the films. Or at the very least, an anti-hero. And I feel like depending on the movie, it's either more of an anti-hero or it is actively, this is the good guy. So, showing a more affectionate, paternal side of Godzilla to almost kind of try to humanize the hero a bit more, I think makes sense. And I know there's some versions of Godzilla. I feel like the legendary Godzilla in particular this is like the protector of the realm. Now you could see it, is it more of a, this is my territory, get the fuck out, or I have decided I am going to protect these people. They are my people. And seeing a form of Godzilla that's very protective of Manila, like I can see that protective side of Godzilla here, and I do appreciate that. In terms of our monsters, so I kind of went on a tangent the first time I was watching it because we saw like the giant mantises. I don't remember what they were called, like kuagas or something, and then Kumonga is the giant spider. And I remember I was like, they're on an island with giant insects. Isn't that a manga? Isn't it called like Island of the Giant Insects, and it's super fucked up? So as I was watching the movie, I was just like looking through it, like all the insane shit that happens on Island of the Giant Insects, like, I don't think I'm ever gonna read this or watch this. This sounds grossly unpleasant. But in terms of the monsters themselves, I mean, Kumonga, it's a giant spider, so as an arachnophobe, I find it kind of effective, but I'll be honest, the fight's not super interesting. It's just like, blah, spewing webs. And Godzilla, blah, here's my atomic breath. Like, it's not like some of the funny shit where, like, he tackles King Ghidorah, or the fight between Godzilla and Rodan and Three-Headed Monster, Rodan just, like, picking him up and dropping him to throwing rocks. It looks like action figures banging against each other, like the tree down the neck against Kong. It is a pretty boring fight, but I think the monster, it's, again, as an arachnophobe, it kind of does something for me. It doesn't have, like, the thing with Ibira where he's playing with Ibira's claw after ripping it off. Which I will say, I think I was a bit too hard on Ibira the more I think about it. Like, that scene is really funny, and the whole, like, fascists, what was it called? It's like the red something. I'm gonna say, like, the red moon, but that doesn't sound right. That was kind of fun. And the way that they're like, all right, you know, there's this very specific, I think it was like a lemon or something. But it's like, there's this, why can I not think? Extract. That's the word I wanted. It's like this extract of like this fruit or whatever, where if you pour it in the water, Ibira doesn't come with you, so they trick them and like they make a fake one, so that way Ibira gets them. It's like, no, that was actually kind of cool and kind of fun. I think I was a little too hard on it. It's probably better than Godzilla Raids Again, although Godzilla Raids Again has some primo destruction, but not much else. But this one made me laugh. There's this scene with the mantises where they're playing with a rock because it's a Godzilla movie. They use rocks. Godzilla does throw a rock at Kumonga. So I was like, all right, he got his signature move in. Also, the Godzilla suit looks so fucking derpy in this movie. Like, even more than usual. But there's a scene where the mantis has a rock and it's like, and Godzilla's just like, all right, where's it going? Where's it going? And then he just throws it and it hits Manila in the face. And I laughed so hard at that. I was like, Clay, I need to rewind that. That was goofy as hell. That made me laugh. I just want to check my notes. Is there anything else I really want to say? So I think the only other thing I want to say is the film's ending. Because the humans on the island, they're researchers that are trying to do some shit with the weather. I don't remember if they were actively trying to make snow, if it was that they were trying to prove that, like, mankind can have power over the weather. It was some shit like that. And at the end of the movie, their machine works and starts snowing on the island. And so the ending of the film is like they all escape, and then you have Godzilla and Manila like walking through the snow, and Manila collapses, and Godzilla just goes up and hugs his son while the snow is falling down, and it's a very haunting image because genuinely it looks like Manila just froze to death. And like, I don't think he does. I think I heard there's like hibernation or some shit because he's in the next two films. Then again, how loose is the continuity in Godzilla? I feel like so far, I feel like within each era, it's generally pretty strong. Like, the reason Godzilla's in Ice and Kong versus Godzilla is because of Godzilla Raids Again. Then again, Godzilla died at the end of the first movie. I don't remember if in Raids Again, it's supposed to be the same Godzilla or a new Godzilla. I genuinely don't remember how that worked. It should be a new one because of the oxygen destroyer. Anyways, point. It was this genuinely haunting image of a father holding his dead child in the snow, and like, I wasn't expected to be reminded of Clannad while watching Son of Godzilla, and like one of the saddest scenes in the story, but there we are. What do you know? So overall, it's not my favorite by any means. It is kind of like with Ibira before it. It does not become one of my second favorites like I had for a while. I would put it above Ibira. I would put it above Raids Again. Would I put it above Kong v Godzilla? I don't know. Kong v Godzilla is just so insanely goofy, and it's got the really bad, like, blue screen octopus shit, which was so funny, and I genuinely love the fight at the end of the movie. It does a lot for me. This doesn't really have that, and I would put Kong below. Again, this is the first Kong v Godzilla. We're not counting in the legendaries yet. That's definitely below Mothra v Godzilla, Three-Headed Monster, and Invasion of Astro Monster, which I think is my second favorite. Again, I could kind of go back and forth between that or Three-Headed Monster. I think I would pick Astro Monster, with the original Gojira is still the king so far. But, yeah, that was Son of Godzilla. Next, Destroy All Monsters, which it sounds like it's the everyone is here who's who of this era so far. Very much looking forward to it.